welcome back to the episode of Stories of Horror. Another episode we dive into the mysteries and the unknowns of the world. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Without further ado, hit the intro. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stories of Horror. This is episode 20, and the topic, like I mentioned last week, will be about a mystical creature on land. And that mystical creature, as you've seen from the title, is the legend of Bigfoot. Bigfoot has been the topic of discussion for many of centuries, for many of years. People have tried to go around to try to prove the existence of Bigfoot. We've seen them find pictures of not paw prints, like giant footprints, and we've seen like video footage. Some of the stuff we've seen been debunked. Some of the stuff we've seen on history channels. There's been a lot of things surrounding Bigfoot. A lot of historians, a lot of adventurous people have been trying to go out there and try to find Bigfoot and try to see is this Sasquatch, abominable snowman, Chewbacca looking creature, is it a real person? Is it not a real person, but is it a real thing like that? I don't know if Bigfoot falls into kind of like the same realm as like a humanoid creature, kind of like the skinwalkers, the wendigos, and the chupacabra. I said it perfectly that time, chupacabra. And werewolves and stuff. I don't know if it falls into that same type of realm, but we don't know. I haven't seen anybody prove the existence of Bigfoot. I remember I went through for years. I remember a long time ago. I remember in school, elementary school, not a long time ago. I'm only 21 years old, but elementary school. I remember we used to try to discuss Bigfoot stuff and a lot of different things, and people trying to wonder if Bigfoot is real or not. I remember we did a little art work on Bigfoot before in school and stuff. I don't know if Bigfoot is real or not, but we're gonna dive into some stories about some people who have proclaimed to have encountered Bigfoot and kind of the origin a little bit of the Bigfoot phenomenon. So without further ado, let's get into some of those stories right now. The most famous Bigfoot sightings allegedly occurred in 1955 in British Columbia. A man named William Rowe claimed he saw a partially human and partially animal-like creature while hiking. He swore in his book in 1957 that the creature was about 6 feet tall and covered in brown silver-tipped hair with thick arms reaching down to his knees, broad feet, and breast. He said also in that book, "As I watched this creature, I wondered if it was some movie company making a film at this place, and that what I saw was an actor made up to look partially human and partially animal." Rowe wrote in his 1957 book, "But I also observed it more. I decided it would be impossible to fake such a specimen." The next story is the Albert Ostman proclaimed abduction by Bigfoot. Albert Ostman claimed that he spent around a week with a Bigfoot family near Toba Inlet, British Columbia in 1924. Ostman was camping alone when he said he was scooped up in his sleeping bag by a Papa Bigfoot and taken to meet Mama Bigfoot and 2 Bigfoot children. Ostman was supposedly held captive by the family, but he said eventually escaped when Papa Bigfoot ate Ostman chewing tobacco and fell ill. Okay, the last story I have on here is the Ape Canyon. The Ape Canyon incident of 1924 wasn't an alleged sighting. It was more of a battle. A group of gold prospectors claimed they defended their cabin against multiple gorilla men in a gorge later named Ape Canyon on the side of a Mount St. Helens. One of the miners, Fred Beck, allegedly shot a Sasquatch during the day, which prompted a gang of his hairy brethren to seek revenge come nightfall. The creatures are said to have pelted the miner's cabin with rocks and boulders, and one even reached an arm inside. The miners survived the onslaught, and as the sun rose, the beast retreated back in the woods, possibly after Becky shot one. Becky returned to the scene with the U.S. Forest Service Rangers after the news broke of the attack. The Rangers couldn't find a Sasquatch body and apparently wasn't impressed with the large stones they found next to the cabin or the supposed giant footprints nearby. The Rangers seemed to think the miners placed the stones there themselves and that the footprints were made by a human hand. One popular explanation for the Ape Canyon story put forward by skeptics, other than the miners simply making it up, that the miners were actually set up by a gang of local youth throwing rocks at the cabins for fun. Now that was the end of the stories, and we read some of those stories out loud. Some of them sound a little over-exaggerated, and some of them sound a little made up and fake. Kind of the Osmond story. He said he encountered the phenomenon, the Bigfoot creature, back in 1924, but he didn't write it down until 1957, and that's after Rose's story came out about the Bigfoot creature and the encounter, and maybe he could have like just leached onto that and tried to like build something up. In my opinion, I'm gonna say Bigfoot. I'm 80% certain that Bigfoot is not real. Now, of course, people who believe in Bigfoot, they can say, well, I can't prove that he's real, but you can't prove that he's not real. So they can say that argument forever. But in my opinion, I'm gonna say Bigfoot is not real. I feel like he's kind of like a made up myth, a legend that's been carrying on for years and centuries, kind of like a mystery around it, and it'll never be solved because it's kind of like, if you believe it or not, it's kind of like one of those things where like, it's just, it's like if you believe it or not, it's like it can never be solved, like never be proven that's not real, never be proven it's real. Because some people will say, well, you got to find out if it's real or not like that. And most people can say it's not real, but you be like, I got footage that say otherwise, or this to say otherwise, or evidence that say otherwise, and go on and on forever. But in my opinion, I'm gonna say Bigfoot is not real. But let me know down in the comment section if you guys believe that if Bigfoot is real. Let me know your percentage. I'm 80% certain that Bigfoot is not real. But let me know down below what you guys think. But that's all I got for this video. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. If you don't like it, leave a dislike, or leave a comment, or do something like that. But I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.